On this bumpy 50-point inspection from Liar's Bench out of Portsmouth, New Hampshire, I have their Love Duck, which is American Pale Ale. Comes in at 5.5% ABV, and that's the label art there. On the back, it gives you all the information. Pretty cool. It says this one's 30 IBUs. The grains that they use are Golden Promise, Munich wheat, caramel. The hops are Mosaic, Cascade, Citra, and Simcoe. And hashtag empty lies. This is where they kind of just talk about stuff. And it says more Eggman than John Lennon, more migratory than the pranksters, higher than Larry with a sharper V than a Volkswagen Bug. Is it the Mahara we speak of? Nope, it's a mallard. Meet the Love Duck, our spiritual guru, and a mosaic pale that enlightens the nose with aromas of berry and pine. Hopefully I'll find that in the aromas. And arouses the palate with caramel and bread crust. And like all gurus, what does the Love Duck teach? Why, nothing but a bunch of quackery, man. Alright, let's pour this one. There's no canned on date, but I think it's fairly fresh. So there's some aromas coming out when I first opened that. And the pour gives a kind of rocky white head. The color of the beer itself is a deep gold, like orange type coloration. It does have a clarity to it. Okay, let's get some aromas. Bit of orange, a bit of a caramel sweetness. I say orange, it's kind of more marmalade, like marmalade and caramel. Kind of floral, like rose petal type deal going on a little bit, so possible lychee, but not quite. And touch of a pininess, but not super pine resin like you'd find in like a West Coast IPA. Just a touch. It does have a sweet, like everything's kind of on the sweeter side. I think mixing with that kind of caramel, there's a bit of a grain note, breadiness as well. All right, let's get into the flavors now. So cheers. All right, it's kind of a light body, fairly decent carbonation on this one. I'd say medium. Kind of a wet palate. Yeah, the flavors, it's not really any real sweetness to the flavor in this, like in the aromas. It does have this kind of grainy, little touch of like a bread crust. There's some like floral type note that goes into a piney bittering finish. The pininess with that bitter does linger on. Yeah, and that's about it. Smells sweeter on the nose, it's not that sweet on the palate. Alright, let the dog in, and I'm going to get to scoring this one. Alright, so for the appearance, I'm going to give this one a 6 out of 6. The aromas, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Fairly decent stuff coming through in the aromas. Like I said, did smell sweeter than what the flavors are giving off. For the flavors, I'm going to give this a 13 out of 19. I was kind of hoping for some of the like orange marmalade type thing and everything to come through, and maybe just a little bit of a sweetness on the tongue, but Just that. The body being light, I mean, it works fine. Decent carbonation to it as well. 5 out of 5 for the body. My overall for this one, it's not too bad of an American Pale Ale. But it's not the best either. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. So for Liar's Bench Beer Company and their Love Duck American Pale Ale, it's going to get a bumpy 40 out of 50, which is going to land it as a good beer. So cheers. Thank you all for watching.